great to be here. It's really an honor to be here to speak to you. I'm super excited about sharing a lot of great ideas that are going to increase your bar sales, maximize your bar profits, save you thousands of dollars and hours of time. First, what do these lines mean to you financially? Can anybody tell me? Well, the first is your traditional bowling center sales cycle. Basically, in August, you're just starting out to form your leagues. And then February, you peak. And then in July, it kind of bottoms out. This is what frustrated me the most when I got onto this business, was that everything I made in the winter months, I was pretty much putting it back in the summer months. But this is your ideal sales cycle. Basically, in August, kind of the same route. You peak in February, but it's not as deep a decline in July. And you're able to do this using your bar. So, what qualifies me to speak to you about increasing your bar sales and maximizing your profits? Well, let me tell you my story. 15 years ago, a local bank came to my brother and me and said, "We want you to run this bowling center that we just foreclosed on." And we told them that we didn't know nothing about the business. So they insisted on meeting with us, so we went ahead and met with them and decided to go take a look. It was walking distance within the bank. We walked in, and it was this old, smelly, smoky bowling center. As we were walking in, I was kind of looking at the lanes and asking them, had they waxed them? So that told you how much I knew. I didn't know that they were oiling the lanes. So all they wanted us to do really was operate it till they found a buyer. And we decided that, okay, we'll give it a shot. We'll operate it till you find a buyer. We decided to bring a retired manager out of retirement to help us out. At the time, I was an accountant, believe it or not. I came from accounting, now I'm in the bowling business. So I got involved in the operation. I started reading all the bowling center management magazines and Bowler Journal magazines, and really fell in love with the business. We took it, of course, in January. Business was very good. So we decided to go ahead and buy it. And then we went to our first conference, bowling conference, in '99. And there we met some architects that sold us an idea of revamping it and making it into an entertainment complex. And we added a restaurant and a bar. Then, in 2003, we did the same thing in Franklin, Ohio. Except there, it was even bigger. And we added sand volleyball and an outdoor concert pavilion. Things were good. But after the newness wore out, things weren't so good. It was tough to run a restaurant and a bar and all this other stuff. And we started to struggle. Sales kind of took a dip. And then one day I was reading a magazine about how to double your sales in restaurant business in 180 days or less, get this free report. So I went ahead and got this report. I was desperate. And it was basically selling me on a course, a marketing course. And that marketing course really changed my life and how I thought about just marketing in general. Originally, I was just advertising. and I was spending too much on advertising, and realized that, advertising is different than marketing. Marketing is about being able to measure what you're doing, building a list, and tracking everything you do. It was also involved, marketing is about how your place looked, what kind of music you played. So there was a lot more involvement in that course that taught me that I needed to do more direct response. So direct response is being able to measure what you spend. With that, a couple of years later, I went to an internet marketing conference, and I really learned a lot about how to apply the same principles on the internet to a traditional business. And then we were able to apply those same principles to really cut a huge marketing budget. I'm saying a huge because we were doing constant all this, from $150,000 a year to $30,000, and our sales went up. So that's kind of how I got into the business. So before going forward, if I can just get an idea of what kind of volume each center is doing. So if you're doing $5,000 or more in liquor sales, please raise, in a month, raise your hand. Keep your hand up if you're doing $10,000 or more a month. If you're doing $20,000 or more in liquor sales and bar sales a month. In 1 month. Liquor and beer. $20,000 a month. Anybody doing more than $30,000 a month? Well, on average, $30,000 a month. Okay. The reason I ask this is what I want you to do when you go back is to raise your prices. At least 5%. Because if people aren't complaining, your prices are too cheap. And you'll be able to pay for this whole conference. I just recently, and I do this periodically, I just recently raised prices and in one day increased $300. That goes all to the bottom line. But now, okay, this presentation is not about raising your prices to increase your sales, but just a little suggestion. If nobody's complaining, you're too cheap. Because what? Well, we need to change it. Eventually, they can't do it forever, and that's happening in our community. Yeah, I know. So what you will learn in this presentation is first, why do you need a drink menu and how to design the perfect menu, how to create a happy hour and make it a success, some staff training basics, and how to create some revenue generating events, and then marketing your bar effectively using Facebook. Now, I designed this presentation to where we could get questions at the end, and I'm going to share a lot of great information so we can have time, and I should have at least 15 minutes. If I don't get to your question, just see me. I'll give you a card. You can send me an email. But so we can have enough time to go through a lot of great information. So there's only 3 ways to grow your business or increase your sales. First, you need to increase the transaction size. So basically, when a customer comes in, we're able to sell them something that costs more than they would normally spend. So for an example, recently we ran a special on what's called a Corona Rita. Basically, that's a margarita with a small bottle of Corona in it. And we sold that for $10. And as I seen it come out, I noticed more and more people were looking at it and were ordering it. Guys that were ordering just a beer. They went from $2.50 to spending $10 on one drink. They would have had to drink 4 drinks to spend the same amount. So that's the idea of increasing the transaction size. Second way to increase your sales is increase frequency. You need to get your existing customers to come back more often. How do you do that? You have their email address, you send them an offer. You have their cell phone number, send them a text message. You have the different ways that you communicate with your customers, get them to come back more often. The third way is to increase the customer count, basically getting new customers in. You could do this, we do this a lot with bringing new movers. We target new movers to bring in new customers. So whoever moves in the community gets a postcard. So those are the three ways to bring in, basically increase your sales. So here's an example. If we increased your customers by 100, this could be for a month, a 2 month, whatever period you want to average, and then increase the average dollar per sale for $20. Then increase the repurchase by 2 times. That's an additional $4,000. Now here's where it gets interesting. If we just increase everything by 10% at the same time, so we increase from 100 to 110, from 20 to 22, and increase the repurchase frequency from 2 to 2.2, that increases sales by 53.24. A 10% increase equals 33% increase in sales. So you have, if you do them all simultaneously. And recently we just did this. So we sent out a postcard to new people moving into an area, brought in new customers. When they came in, we had different offers for drinks, a beer and a shot together, or that Corona Rita. We upsold them. Increased frequency, we took their name, their email, their cell phone. We contacted our existing list. We sent them an offer, an email, bring them back more often. If you're going to get anything out of this presentation, this is something that you can apply to any part of your business. It's called the value wedge. And what this is a diagram. It's basically, you have you and your competitor and your customer. And you want to make sure you're not hanging out where we call value parity. If you notice, that's where you and your competitor look the same to your customer. There's no differentiation. Where you want to be is right here, where it's just you and your customer. And we call that the value wedge. And the value wedge pulls out really what's unique to you. So in this exercise, you want to try to do it, basically apply it to anything in your business. So what is unique to you? You want to tell me. Can anybody tell me what's unique to your center? Something unique. When I say unique, that your competitor does not have.
State of the art, like the music.
What if the other competitor has it? Yours don't. Okay, that's one. Anybody else? What's unique to your center?
We have more music than most centers in 2010.
Anybody else? Live entertainment. Perfect. Does the customer want it, and is it important to them? So when you pull out what's unique to you, this is what you're going to use to market yourself. This is the tools that you're going to use to determine what to market. And is it important to them? Does the customer ask for it? And can you defend it? So an example, what's unique to my center? I carry over 30 different craft and import beers. The customer wants it because they always ask for it. And I can defend it by showing them my drink menu. So what's the first step in becoming unique in a traditional center? Creating a drink menu. How many here have a drink menu? Looks like maybe 20%. If you don't have one, create one right away. This is not only just makes you unique, it increases that transaction size. People have an option now to get more expensive drinks. But before you create your drink menu, you want to make sure that you increase your selection. So basically, you can't have a drink menu when you have just 3 beers. You can't have a drink menu when you just carry well liquor. So you need to increase the variety of liquors that you carry. You want to carry a well, a call, a top shelf, if possible. And that is from cheap to average to higher price. There's even higher, but it's the same thing as when you buy a car from Toyota. Toyota has a price from $14,000 to $50,000, $60,000 and up. Why do they do that? Because they know there's a customer for every price point. So why not offer it to your customers? There's customers that come in and want the Grey Goose. There's customers that come in and want, the Johnny Walker. So offer it to them. You want to increase your craft beer and your import beer selection. Why is that? Why would you want to increase craft beer? Yes. Higher profit. Number one. And then, what does the craft beer drinker is a drinker that has more money, that will spend more money at your place. So if you and your competitor were the same, but you carried craft beer, to the craft beer drinker, it's important. He likes to have his beer. Now, if you don't have to put it all on tap, if you don't have the space to put on tap, carry it in bottles. But carry craft beers. It's the largest, fastest growing segment in the beer industry. Wine selection. Make sure you're carrying the 4 basic wines. White Zinfandel, Chardonnay, Merlot, Cabernet, and carry a higher version of it. Now, if you want to start out basic, he's saying all this, he wants to carry all this inventory. I don't have space for it. Just carry 1 or 2, just as long as you're carrying a higher quality wine also. You want to make sure you're using the proper glassware. I know there's a lot of centers that use plastic, but I'm not a big fan of plastic, and I'll go into detail more of that and why. But make sure to try to use the proper glassware for the specific drink. And you want to make sure to garnish the drinks. And when I say garnish the drinks, you don't have to get too fancy. It can be just basic. It could be a cherry, a lime, an orange. But what does this do? What does this do when you're garnish drink and you're using the right glassware? Presentation. But what's the ultimate goal? Raise the price. You can charge more. So let's do this. Which can you charge more for? This drink or this drink? It's the same drink. Which one can you charge more for? One on the left. What about this one? It's the same drink.
It does look pretty sad when you put it.
Yeah. So that in a margarita glass, you're going to be able to charge more. And you can charge 75 cents to $1.25 more per drink. And I brought this with me just for an analogy. So I brought this shoe and the glass. Why would I do that? Well, the way I look at it, the glass for the bar, to the bar, has the same meaning as the shoe to the bowling center. Because why? Because it takes me 4 times to return my money, 3 times, whatever it may be. If I can charge $1 more, 75 cents more per drink, and it's paid for, then every time I sell a drink in this glass, it's free. So, and they'll steal them like it's the shoes too. So, yes, they love those. These are the most popular glasses to steal too. So I would charge a lot more per drink. You wonder. You want to create a signature drink. So I did this. Signature drink does not mean a whole new drink. We created our signature drink, LIT. We call it the perfect LIT. Why is that? I'm an LIT drinker. I go to a bar and I order LIT. What do? They put all the liquors together. They put the sweet and sour, and then they put the Pepsi on top. That's not how you make an LIT. The LIT, you're supposed to shake the liquors, then you put the Pepsi. And bartenders are lazy in most bars. They don't want to do that. So I started going to the bar and I said, I want the perfect LIT. And so they made a story. What is the perfect LIT? I want you to shake everything before and put the Pepsi on top. We created a story around it. We made a huge poster. We put it up. Our LIT drinks doubled just because we had a little story, and we called it's our signature drink. Promoting liquor versus beer. This, in the beginning, when I got into business, I was just following along what everybody else was doing. Everybody was running 2-for-1s, whatever. I was running 2-for-1s. So dollar off wells, dollar off drafts. It was the same old basic thing. I decided to focus more on selling liquor and selling specialty drinks. So this is an example. If a customer buys 4 Bud Light bottles at $2.50 each, you're going to generate $10 at a cost of $3. You're profiting $7 at 30% liquor cost. If I sold them just 3 Bahama Mamas at $6 in this beautiful glass, cost Bahama Mamas not very much if you're using well liquor, about $4. You're profiting $14, 22%. Would you want 14 or 7? It's obvious. Focus a lot on promoting liquor more than beer. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, okay, I'm going to design a menu. It's going to cost me money. It's going to cost me, I have to go out and hire a graphic designer. Well, you don't have to do that. I used a tool called Must Have Menus, and it's musthavemenus.com, or you can use mymenulab.com. Small nominal fee, you can have a menu designed, beautiful menus, within 20 minutes. Send a PDF to your local office supply store, have it printed, and have it ready to go. The reason I like to use this tool is because I used to hate the liquor company to design it for free. Yeah, but how long it takes? You know how much money I'll lose by the time I get my menu? It takes 4 weeks to get it from them. I'd rather do it. We'll launch a menu. In an hour, I'll have a menu printed and ready to go. And it gives you the ability to keep changing it. You want to have a cover page, a nice looking cover page. So what makes an attractive drink menu? Attractive drinks. Anybody else? What makes an attractive drink menu? Variety. Garnish drinks. You show them that you offer a lot more than what your competitor does. You want to make a selection, just a straight page for the different beers you carry. And this is all done. This was all done in that one of those tools I used. Very simple. Allows you to put it in if you want to put price, if you want to put description. Allows you to do all that. List your craft beers, your import beers, your drafts. Create a whole page for your specialty drinks. And you want to put some variety in pricing. And I just recently redone it and put a $9 drink on there. In different towns, I'm sure you can even charge more. But you want to have one drink that's super expensive because that's the drink that you're going to make a lot of money on, that somebody's just going to order it, just to order it. But it gives you a lot of flexibility. And you want to have another section for frozen drinks, specialty drinks, martinis, wines. And the first day you launch it, you want to run a great promotion. And what we've done, and every time we redo our menu, we run the drinks for $2 to $3 cheaper, just to get people involved in it and get our staff into selling it. So this is our new menu. We're launching it this week. Every drink is $4 on here, or every drink is $5. And what that does, a lot more people order it. They see the price. It was $8. It's only $5. More people will order more drinks. Create a poster for all the beers you carry. The imports. We mainly focus on the imports and the craft beers. And put this out. Display it out. Put it out in your restroom in front of the snack bar. So now, you want to encourage frequency. How many people here run a happy hour? Raise your hand. Still around 20%. So the people that are having drink menus have happy hours. What's a happy hour to you? What does a happy hour mean? Discounted drinks, that's one thing. Well, the happy hour appeals to the person that drinks more than one time a week, usually 3 to 4 times a week. And the one that drinks 3 to 4 times a week is not going to come to your place if you don't have a happy hour. So you need to, and if your competitor doesn't have one, you need to create one. Big differentiating factor, because it's that period of time. Some tips when running happy hour. Now, some people say, okay, happy hour is 5 to 7. But it doesn't mean that's what you want. You can make it 4 to 7, 3 to 7. It doesn't matter. Make it different than your competitor. You want to put the higher, more expensive drinks on your happy hour. You want to appeal to a different crowd. So, like I said, go back to the old way of running a happy hour. You run dollar drafts, dollar off all drinks. No, let's focus on the good stuff. Run the Crown or whatever's popular in your area at a discounted price. You'll draw a better crowd. Don't run the small drafts and don't run dollar drafts. Focus on the bigger beers that has higher margins. Put bottle beer on there. Put some shots, Jaeger bombs, Jägermeister, whatever's popular in your area. Fireball has recently been taking more share of the shot business. A specialty drink. We always have like a Hurricane or Bahama Mama. You're appealing to females. Also always run a food special. But I wouldn't run it on everything. We'd run it on a select few half-price appetizers. And before we didn't used to do this, but after running some higher-end liquors and specialty drinks on happy hour, we've seen an increase in Crown Royal just alone from $9.70. This is from one month to another, from $9.75 to $14.50. On Jägermeister from $1,100 to $17.25. On the Bahama Mama from $150 to $450. These drinks allowed you to put more money in your pocket. Maybe the percentage is a little lower, but you're putting more money in your pocket. We created this. This is new. We just created like a couple of months ago. We call it the regulars card. We realized that a lot of people would leave after happy hour, so we started rewarding our regulars. We didn't want them to leave, so we give them happy hour all the time. Why let them leave? It's an exclusive club. It's not marketed. It was kind of this hush-hush thing that, I get happy hour all the time. They told their friends, but they had to come at least 3 times a week, and we put an expiration date on it. So if they quit coming, that card would expire. No, just by bartenders knowing it. And even if they abused it, you're just gaining more customers. I mean, it's more of a promotional piece, so it didn't matter. So, does anybody know what these numbers mean? 8 is 8 seconds average attention span of a person in 2013. 12 seconds is the average attention span of a person in 2000. Wonder why? We're losing more. 9 is the attention span of a goldfish. That means the goldfish has more attention span than us. So what does that mean? You need to make some attractive flyers, banners, whatever it may be. Create a banner of your happy hour. If you're allowed to put banners. I know there's some restrictions about putting banners in front of buildings. But if you can, create an attractive one. It's getting cheaper and cheaper to do full color. But you need to be able to catch their attention. And banners are very powerful. I'll give you an example. A couple came in bowling, and they left, and they seen a banner. We have a dart room in our facility. And a couple of days later, I noticed a big group coming in of 10 people, executives, with ties and everything. And we were wondering how they even found out about us. It was kind of unusual. The couple noticed a banner that said dart room out. We had a dart room. They came back because of the dart room. They wanted all these people that came in from out of town to play darts. They spent $200 in beer and alcohol. If she didn't see that banner, then nobody would know that we even had a dart room. So, spinner signs. Spinner signs are signs that You've seen them. People hold the signs in the street. This is the most effective method if you are not visible from a street. One of our centers is not visible. And you talk about getting the fastest return on your investment if you put a great offer. We've done this also we ran a promotion for a $2 half-pound burger. And within the first day, our lunch business quadrupled. Just because we weren't visible. We realized that people didn't even see us. So if you're not visible, utilize these and you see the return on your investment right away. You pay somebody $8 to $9 an hour, guarantee you it returns it fivefold right away. Your website. You want to make sure you put your happy hour on your website, and you want to put it 2 spots. Why do you want to do this? So this is the home page, and this is a separate page. You want to do this because you want to rank on Google. Why do you want to rank on Google? Because everybody searches everything on Google. You want to come up on the first page of Google when somebody's searching best happy hour in your town. You want to come up when they search happy hour in your community. And how do you do that? Well, 30% of a website ranking is called these meta tags, and these are title tags. See these? When you see the blue line, that's a hidden code on your website. Every page is ranked independently on your website. Then what you do is you have to build a few backlinks, which I can share with you after if anybody's interested. But everybody searches on Google. How many people use the phone book? Does anybody use a phone book in here? Oh, we got 2, 3. So you want to make sure you're ranking for whatever people would be searching. And this is just focused on, live music and happy hour. But I was able to get this just by changing that. And if you notice the description, this is a description tag. It's also hidden. It's not taking it from the website. I put that in there. The highlight in black, if you notice, those words are mentioned in the search. So that's how you're getting your web page to rank. You want to use a table tent. Now, I like to use these 6-sided table tents. And the reason is you're allowed to put more options. And then, why is this so important? Because it's irresistible. You can't just sit there. When you sit, you see everybody. What do? You got to look at it. They're going to go like this. Everybody does it. And this is your cheapest billboard that you'll ever spend. You want to display your signage by your snack bar, in your restrooms. Why do you want to do that? Because if your customers don't know, it will hurt you. Your customers are not going to know what your happy hour is. Your customers are not going to know what specials you're running. What's your specialty drink? So now we've done the drink menu and we've done the happy hour. Now you got to train your staff. So how do you train your staff? There's a few simple steps, very basic. First of all, you want them to understand what liquors you have. So in a particular category, if it's bourbon, if it's rum, if it's vodka, what brands are you carrying so they understand which ones? And the reason you want to do that, because I've had, a server come in and you tell them you want a vodka, they say, do you want Bacardi with it? So Bacardi is a rum. So you want to make sure they understand. And the more educated your server or your snack bar person, I'll take that back, the more educated they are, they're able to sell more drinks, more expensive. They're able to upsell, which we'll talk about more. You want to let them know the list of all the beers you carry and understand which ones are beers. I've been to a bar before and I said, I want a Blue Moon. Blue Moon is a beer. She came back and told me the bartender don't know how to make it. So educate your staff. You also want to take your top 8 to 10 drinks, 6 drinks, and write out the recipes. So they're consistently made the same way by every bartender, and the staff knows what liquors are in it, so they have the ability to upsell. So if they know that there's a vodka in there, they can upsell it. If they know there's a tequila in it, they can sell on a higher brand. Then you want to create suggestive selling. And what is suggestive selling? Can anybody tell me what's a suggestive selling? It's different than upsell. Suggestive sell is just giving them the option of a particular special that you have. So tonight's special, we have hurricanes for $5. Tonight's special is we have LITs for $6. It's not an upsell, it's just a basic suggestion. So what happens when you suggest it? It triggers something in the mind that, okay, let me try it. Then you want to upsell. Now, upsell is convincing guests to have a higher priced version of something they're already ordering. So basically, if I'm ordering an LIT, I should ask, do you want Cuervo in it? If I order a vodka and Coke, would you like Absolute or Grey Goose? I give them the option of two higher end ones, 2 higher end liquors. Now, the power of special events, and what I mean by special events is utilizing certain holidays, create any type of event that would come up, and especially like when you land on a day that there's no work on a particular, like a Monday. So if there's no work on a Monday, you want to create an event on Sunday. Why? Because Sunday's like a Friday becomes, or Saturday. There's no work the next day. And this is a summer kickoff party that we do every year. Increase of $800 in alcohol and liquor sales for that day. Cinco de Mayo. It's a Hispanic party, but you could tie into any holiday, create an event around it, create a party, increase of $650 in alcohol liquor sales. Karaoke contests. How many centers run karaoke? Karaoke is very profitable, and you don't have to have the bar. We've ran it. I've put a stage on the lanes before, or put it on the side. And doing karaoke and karaoke contests are 2 different things. Karaoke contests, it brings a lot more people, and if you use the judging to bring more people, then they will spend more each time. And then your semifinals and your finals, we started breaking these down even more semifinals. So every time you have a semifinal event, more and more people. These 2 events alone, $1,500 for the semifinals increase in sales and $2,500 for the finals. Pizza and beer leagues. Does anybody run pizza and beer leagues? If you don't, you need to run them, because what are you bringing in the pizza beer league? You're bringing beer drinkers, alcohol drinkers. We've run this every year. We've got 36 teams over 2 days. The $1,400 per week, that's just lineage and to cover the pizza and just the beer. They're spending more money on shots, on drinks you're offering. You're bringing drinkers in your establishment. Poker nights. It's not as big as it used to be, but it still generates additional money, especially on slower nights. And it usually brings in drinkers. Anniversary. Every year, we always have a big anniversary party. Brings in lots of people. We bring in live music, and always generates good money. This is an event we hold every year. We hold it in our parking lot. We hold this music festival. Brings in lots of drinkers, and we also even cater a little bit to the kids in the early afternoon. and bring in inflatables. But at night, it's live music, karaoke, generate an increase of $3,000 in liquor sales. It's usually done in late August, early September, when really you're just starting to form your leagues and so forth. But it's a great way to generate more alcohol drinkers. Live music in general. Live music will bring you the most business for the amount you'll spend on the musician. But there's a key to doing this the right way. You need to plan, first of all. I like to plan a month in advance. I like to not spend too much money. In the beginning, when I was doing this, I was bringing in these bands, paying them $500, $800, and they weren't bringing nothing. All I do is I bring in a solo or a duo act. I pay them anywhere from $75 to $150. I give them a bonus if they bring in people. I let them market. So for each additional person they bring in, they get $2, or table, they get $10. So I want them to market themselves, to bring in people in to our establishment. Does anybody do in live music? Very few. So we've had lots of success with live music. I mean, on average, $750. This weekend, I had two guys that came in. I paid $150, generated almost $2,000 because they're marketers. They brought in 60 people, two guys. So it's worth it, especially in your slower times. We've always ran this in our bowling centers, even without the bar area. We've put bands in there. If you have empty space and empty lanes, put in musicians. Now, you want to find local musicians, you can go to reverbnation.com or bandsintown.com, two popular sites that you can find local musicians. Then you can also promote your events on what's called zvents.com. Zvents is a big directory site of events, and what zvents will distribute it to other directories, and also your local, a lot of local newspapers use this tool to promote on their websites. In addition, Reverb Nation allows you to create a schedule that can tie into your website, tie into Facebook, and so when you post an act on Reverb Nation, it automatically goes to your website and automatically goes to Facebook on a schedule. Then if a musician is on Reverb Nation and he makes a post that he's going to be playing, it automatically goes to your schedule, automatically goes to your website without you doing it. Some tips for running a successful event. Make sure to plan 4 weeks prior to the event. Create an attractive flyer. Create an event on Facebook. Post flyers in your place and on table tents. Post the event on your website. Send out an email every week prior to the event, then 2 times the week of the event. And post weekly on Facebook, then 3 times the week of. In addition, encourage the musician to post on their Facebook page. Now, when hiring a musician, make sure there's a mandatory. They have to have a Facebook fan page. They need to have a YouTube video. What does that tell you? It tells you that they're marketing themselves. And then if you want to encourage them to give away something at your place by commenting on a post, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. So recently I just done this with a musician that was just getting 200 views on their Facebook page. They have 2,000 fans, and he just gave away a free dinner to our place if they commented. So 1,800 people seen his post because of that. You want to announce over the PA daily, and if you're a DJ, or if you have a DJ, or if you have karaoke, whatever it may be, get them to announce it on a regular basis. These are great sites for outsourcing any design, any flyer. Has anybody ever heard of any of these sites? If you haven't, this is going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars. I can get a flyer designed for $5 on Fiverr. I can get a voiceover done for $10. I was paying $150 for a voiceover, or $100. You can get a Facebook graphic done for $5. Voiceover for the music on hold. If you have a music on hold. Professional voice, top notch. I'm talking the top of the top. These are crowdsourcing websites. And basically what crowdsourcing is a bunch of people will either bid on your site, or you can find talent that will create all this. So there's no excuse for not designing an attractive flyer because you can get it done cheap. I mean, $5, you can get all these flyers that I've got, cost me $5. Save you thousands of dollars, especially if you're doing lots of flyers. So now we want to increase our customers. Now there isn't one way to get 100 customers. There's 100 ways to get one customer. So don't depend on just one method to get new customers. You need to be able to have multiple ways. But what we're going to talk about and focus on mainly is the power of social media. Now I know there's a lot out there as far as YouTube, Twitter, Dig, so many social media sites. But we tend to focus a lot on Facebook. Facebook is the powerhouse as far as social media. Now why is that? Facebook is the number 2 most visited website. But the most interesting thing about Facebook is on average people spend close to 8 hours a month on Facebook and will log in 8 to 12 times a day. So where's everybody at? They're spending it on Facebook. Now in the beginning when Facebook came out, a lot of businesses set up their fan pages as friend pages. And there's a big difference in a friend page versus a fan page. If you set up your business as a friend page, you're only limited to 5,000 friends. If you set it as a fan, you can have unlimited fans. You don't have to accept them, they just like your page. You're able to see analytics in a fan page. You're able to do Facebook ads. So there's a lot of advantages to making sure that you have a fan page, not a friend page. So the way to tell is when you go to your page, it needs to say like. If you see like, that means you're set up correctly. You want to make sure you create an attractive cover page. So your cover page needs to really pull what's unique to you. And these cover pages are done on Fiverr or Elance. You can get them done for $5. Make sure you have a good description and a URL. We call this, the URL is basically facebook.com. It's your short code for your website, for your Facebook page. So when you're printing marketing material, you're sending them straight to your Facebook page. So ours is facebook.com, JD Legends KY. So most of the time when you create a fan page, it has a bunch of numbers after it. You want to put the proper categories. So you can choose up to 3 categories. So if you're a bowling center, if you're a bar, if you do live music, you want to make sure you put those proper categories. Now what? You want to target fans. You want to have quality. Now I get a lot of people say, well, if Facebook doesn't work, how many fans do you have? 150. Well, it's not going to work if you have 150 fans. You have to build your fans, and you have to get targeted fans that truly like your page. You can't send it to friends and family and expect them to come in. It doesn't work, and the engagement rate also doesn't help you when it's just family and friends. So you need to be able to target specifically, and I'll mention that you could do this with Facebook ads, and there's a seminar all about Facebook, but if you're not doing Facebook ads to target specific customers, then you should, because it's a cheap way to build your fan page. So why must you engage fans? Because of this number. Only 6.15% of your fans will see your post. Why is that? Because everybody's just posting a promotion and it's not engaging. You're not engaging your fans. And how do you engage your fans? Well, let's see why people like fan pages. 40% to receive discounts and promotions. And the least is to share ideas and interact. We engage fans by doing contests. And almost every post that we make is almost a contest. Why is that? Here's a like contest post. 1,800 fans on this page. Show this message today, buy one lunch, get one lunch free. Now, here's the key in your post. Like this post for a chance at winning a free lunch. When somebody likes your post or comments on it, more people see it. It's more engaging. 44% seen this post. Big difference from 6.15. We do a lot of comment type posts. Comment on this post today and get a free half-pound burger or a free game bowling during happy hour. 30% seen this. Just by telling people to comment or to like a post. Now, I've ran this every now and then and was surprised that some people come in. We had 5 guys come in because they seen this post to get a half-pound burger that cost me $1.50 and spend about $100 in alcohol drinks because it's targeted during happy hour. Here's just an example that shows when you ask for a like and when you don't ask for a like, the difference. The bottom one just says, join us for a qualifying round national karaoke contest. It doesn't ask for a like. It doesn't ask somebody to comment. So you can see that the interaction is not there. You want to do this. This is probably the most successful post that I've made and you'll ever make if you make it. It's basically post a picture of your pet in the comments below. The first hour, we had 459 pictures uploaded. I've ran this contest with multiple pages that I run. If you notice here, 11,800 people out of 12,000 seen it. After 10 hours, 589 pictures were uploaded. 98.5% of my fan base seen this. I've ran this on bar websites. I've ran this on a comedian website. It goes viral. You're tying people's pet. People love their pets, right? You're tying that to your business and promotion. Make this post and see how much engagement you're going to get on Facebook. It's going to be tremendous. And you want to make sure that you put in a good offer that they get, a $25 gift card or a $50 gift card, whatever it may be. Here's a fill-in-the-blank post that created a lot of activity also. My nickname growing up was blank. 49% people seen it. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, why are we doing this? This is your advertising medium. This is your way to get your message out, but people see it. So you have to get them engaged. It's sort of like when radio was big or newspaper were big, they're mediums. It's an advertising medium. So this is how you're going to promote your drink menu, your happy hour, whatever it is you have, but you have to create engagement. Here's a party giveaway post. We've given away a party to people that work at bars for 50 people. We've got the lanes available. 50 people we give away. I think we gave away 8 or 9 parties. The first party generated $500 in alcohol sales. They work at bars. So what are you bringing in when you work at a bar? You drink. And the lanes are available. So it's not like that company was going to do. And it also gives you a contact for a Christmas party. I've also done this with birthday parties. When I know I have multiple lanes available, especially in the summertime, we've given away birthday parties. We've probably given away 30 in one weekend, and we let them use it only in a small window because I want everybody there at the same time, so I don't have to bring in more labor to incur more labor, so it's everybody's there pretty much within a 4 or 5 hour window. This generated 39%. Feedback posts are great. So we wanted feedback on what to put on our wine menu. 4,500 people seen it, 90 comments. You want an idea of what wines to put? We found out very quick that Moscato was the favorite wine in that area. Don't try to figure it out on your own. Just ask your customers. What craft beers do you want to see? Just ask them. 39% people seen it, 49% people seen this one. So the more you're engaging and the more you ask feedback, the better results you're going to get. Here's a question type post that we didn't tie anything in but was kind of cute. It said, quick turn around and tell me what you see behind you. I was shocked that 34 people actually responded to that. People actually turned around and told me what they were seeing. Once you get into your back end of Facebook, you're able to see some statistics here on how many people see in your post. We've had lots of success posting after 11 p.m. and at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, I'm not up at that late posting, but we have tools, and I'm going to show you these tools to be able to schedule these posts. But why are we having a lot of engagement that late? Because you're not competing with anybody else. Not very many people are posting after 10, 11, but there's a lot of people that are still awake. That post alone, it was posted at 1:40 in the morning, 361 likes, 161 uploads, shares, at 2 o'clock in the morning. Here's my nickname post, 328 comments. That pet post ended up 16,000 people seeing it. We only had 12,000 fans. So that means it went viral, so people started sharing it. Upload lots of video. If your place is happening, if something's going on, use your phone and you can upload it instantly on Facebook. This is a powerful tool to use when you have something going on. The place is full, there's a lot going on, musicians are playing, whatever it may be. Upload lots of video. You also want to upload images of your flyers. Any flyer that you have, whether it's happy hour, your drink menu, you want to upload it. Just tie it in and use Facebook pages and upload it. Here's a few tips. Post often. It's not spamming. It's not like email. Not everybody sees your post on Facebook right away. So it's okay to post 2 to 4 times a day. I've had posts where I've done 8 posts in one day. So just as long as you vary them in time, you'll get a lot of activity. Also, mention your name of your center in your post occasionally. Because what happens is if somebody else doesn't know who you are, and they see a post that doesn't have your business name, then they don't know where it's coming from. So when you're posting, make sure to post mentioning your name. And like I said, post various hours, especially after 11 o'clock. You're going to get more activity than you would earlier in the day. So we know that social media, people think it's free. Well, I'm telling you, Facebook is a for-profit company. Last time I checked. They're out there to make money, and that's why you're seeing less engagement, less people are seeing your posts. So you want to utilize Facebook ads. There's going to be a section, like I said, about Facebook, but you want to be familiar with Facebook ads because the cost to reach 1,000 people is the cheapest per medium. So if you look at this versus newspapers, $32 to reach 1,000, Facebook's 25 cents. Why is that? because you already have an existing fan base. And if you boost a post or run an ad to target specific fans, you can target fans that are within a 5-mile radius that like a happy hour. You can target fans that like beer within a 5-mile radius or within a specific zip code. So you're able to target fans of yours within a small radius. Here's some time-saving tools that you want to take note of. I use Post Planner a lot. These tools allow you to schedule posts and allow you to come up with creative ideas on engagement. So the type of post that you want to make, ideas for contests, ideas for question type posts, all those are coming from these Post Planner sites like Hootsuite. If you don't have the Facebook page manager on your phone, I would download the app. It allows you to easily upload pictures and videos easily and manage multiple pages on your Facebook page. Here's other tools that allow you to collect emails, because the ultimate goal is really to collect emails, cell phone numbers, whatever it may be on Facebook. So these tools allow you to run contests and to run specials that allow you to collect emails. So you can set up to where you run a contest and they have to put their email in and like your page. And when they do that, that gives you a follow-up tool to use for future marketing. So you want to make sure that you're marketing and you're testing. Whatever you do, you want to make sure you test. Now, you're going to fail at some of these posts, but you want to make sure you test everything you do. So if you run an offer on Facebook, it didn't work, it doesn't mean Facebook doesn't work. So you want to make sure that you are testing all your offers to see what kind of results you are getting. So always, this is one thing I learned, is to test and measure the return on investment in everything I do. So to summarize the presentation, you want to make sure to have a drink menu. You want to make sure to have a variety in your product mix, and also start a happy hour if you don't have one. You want to display some creative signage. You want to create monthly special events, and then engage your fans with contests and use Facebook ads to build your fans. Now, we went over a lot of different things, and you can go home and do nothing, but if you go home and just try one or two things, you're going to see results right away, especially doing the drink menu and running the happy hour. You'll be able to see results immediately. I've done this over and over, and we've always seen great results with implementing a happy hour and a drink menu. Okay, I can take some questions if anybody has any questions. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have to get waivers from people?
Usually waivers on kids. Go ahead. She's asking if you post videos of people in your bar, do you have to get a waiver? Now, most of the time, and it depends on your state, but ours is you can't take video of kids and post them, or pictures of kids. As far as adults, they're in your establishment, you took it. We don't have an issue with that, and it just depends on your state laws for that. But I know kids is a definite no-no. Yes, you can turn on a feature, the notification feature. Basically, when somebody makes a comment, you get an alert. So you can see the posts as they come in. And I do have a person that just watches that. And then that's a question that's asked a lot. Yes, sir. I have a 14 lane and a 16 lane, and our bars are really kind of small. But we have a larger patio area, but we've always run entertainment even before we renovated and added a bar. Our bars are not very big, but I've always ran, before renovating, I've always put entertainment in our bowling center. So we do have that in the cocktail lounge now. Yes. Well, I don't know if small is the word. It's 150 people, but they're standing room only. 150 people is what our capacity is. So it's not super small, but. Yes, sir.
Do you boost everything?
I boost when I'm trying to promote events or I know the specific post that I want a lot of attention. It's either to promote a special or whatever it may be. I will post it because what happens is the boost is like $5, but you won't spend it. You'll spend maybe $1 or $2. And then after a couple of days, I just stop it. So I'll end up spending just a couple of dollars to gain a lot of visibility. Okay, I'm sorry. He wants to know what boost is. Whenever you make a post, and there's and you have what's called a Facebook ads account.
Is it a commercial account, so to speak, as opposed to?
No, it's a Facebook page account. There's a button on the bottom right that says boost. You click the button, and it promotes it in other people's news feeds, so more people get to see it.
Are those chosen at random? Are they?
No, you pick which ones you want to do that to. Yeah. Did you have? Yes, it will be on the app, I think, also. But it will be available all day long. That's kind of okay in a way. I would make it different than anybody else is running, and I would focus it on a liquor that's a higher brand that maybe they're not running, because very few people promote the higher liquor brands, and we've had a lot of success promoting higher liquors because it's giving value. The Nicholasville location is 40,000, but a 10-mile radius is about 400,000. The other one is about 30,000, and 10 Mile is even like 700,000. So there's a lot of smaller communities around it. Yes, sir. I've found just as good hiring a staff member that's very smart, because most of the people that come in from bartending school are not very good, because bartending really is a hands-on thing that you really learn it working it. And the people that come from bartending school are the slowest bartenders, and they just learn the proper techniques. They really don't even teach them. You can't learn to bartend in a week or two. You have to have the experience. It's ounce and a half. You want to pour a decent drink, value. No, we have regular pour. Regular, the ones that stop on its own. But yeah, we pour a decent drink. We give value, and people know that, and people will talk about you if you give value. If you're not pouring a decent drink, people will talk about you. Ounce and a quarter is okay, but you've got people that won't taste it in an ounce and a quarter. So we like to go ounce and a half. It just brings price accordingly, and people will talk about you that you pour a good drink. Not that you're trying to get them drunk or intoxicated. Yes. What ounce glass for which particular? Oh, the pour? Yeah, we said. Oh, okay. That's a 10 ounce. The whiskey glass, 10 ounce. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Pour cost, we run just liquor, or with beer, just liquor? Yeah, I separate it out. Liquor, we run around 18 to 20%. Beer is around 30, 32%. It depends on your volume. I personally, the return for ASBAR is not there for us. If you we use one of the liquor companies to come and manage the inventory to make sure the count matches, like they call them Bevco or one of those companies. So, yeah, I'm not sure the cost on Asbar. It's been a long time since I looked at it. Oh, yeah, we do bottle service at our place, for sure. I mean, if you're allowed to do it, people, I definitely offer it. Yeah, we do bottle service. Bottle service is basically somebody comes in a group of 8. They want a bottle of liquor. You give them a bottle of liquor with ice, and they've got the bottle. We do that a lot, especially when our bigger concerts. We've hold huge, large concerts, and we'll put out 8 to 10 bottles in one night. You're gonna like 4 times to 5 times, 4 times at least. I mean, yeah, you're charging pretty much almost the same. It's just the feature of having it. Yes, sir. We're more a bottle beer. We do run some specials on the, like past Blue Ribbon, people want it in a can. So, but mostly we feel that you're going to get a better drinking bottle, and you can charge more and more profit than a canned beer. The canned beer kind of cheapens things a little bit. And they taste the can, true. Yes, sir. I would definitely, because you're gonna stand out. I would put a small drink menu together and run a happy hour. I mean, people will start talking about you. I mean, it's just a small thing. Why not? You don't have to expand as many liquors, but give them a little variety and show that you can make different drinks. I made a few calls to a couple of centers just to get feedback about who's running happy hour, who's running a drink menu. And the first call I got was, we don't have a happy hour. Do you have a drink menu? No, but we can make most drinks, but we don't carry the expensive stuff. That's just, why do that? There's people out there that want it. I haven't, but if you find out, I need it, because we do huge volume in one of my locations where, I mean, when we do a concert, we'll sell 300 cases in one day. A big concert. I have Brett Michaels coming this year. We'll sell 300-400 cases of beer in one night. And you're invited. Just send me an email, ask for my card. It's 80% women, unfortunately. Okay? If you have anything, and if you do run a drink menu or special and you have success with it, please send me an email. Thank you again for coming in. And have a great expo.